What's up, people? This is Hinkage here. Welcome back to ADVR 3 Swiss Round 7 between the legendary 3 Blades, aka Mielke and Jfaun. I don't know Jfaun too well, but 3 Blades I do know. He has a very good avatar as well. Probably my favorite. He's got great taste. Also a very good player. I wish I could say more for Jfaun. Maybe other people know him, but I'm not educated enough. Switching out Mence on the Suicune there, expecting the Ice Beam, but going into Snorlax gave him the benefit of also not being affected by the Toxic, which not as common run on lead Suicune like that. Moltres comes in for free on the Protect, though. And our own Suicune, his own Suicune will get burned and going to thud into Celebi, which if I were Jfaun, I'd be looking to click Leech here because you don't really lose very much, or Baton Pass, also good. Going to force out Mence yet again, although the Suicune is, for all intents and purposes, stonewalled by this Snorlax. This combination of Moltres and the Suicune is doing pretty good work right now. Good thing that wasn't the Will-O-Wisp again. Trying to catch the Suicune switch in with that HP Grass. Very, very precise plays from both players so far. A +1 Hydro Pump would have been a 2-hit KO, so it was good self-destruct there by Mielke. And Regice gonna keep up the pressure with Ice Beam, not letting Heracross sub for free. Explodes just to get the Dug in. Dug KOing Jirachi is still helpful, though I expect after you kill that you got either Heracross or probably Mence to come back in. Yes, there's Mence. The explosion there on Regice was to mixed Mence, I'm guessing. Barely gonna live that Fire Blast, and it's dead in return. Oh, that was a tough range. That was a tough range to miss. Maybe that Metagross is EV different, but probably a range of some kind. Gotta make sure my mic's actually on. Psychic critting Claydol doing 28, but that's gonna be pretty easy to heal off. Tries to get the prediction on Metagross there. Explodes. That'll do it. That'll take out Moltres. And Jfaun spent some time thinking if he wanted to stay in there. And explodes on the Heracross coming in. This is not looking good for Mielke at this point. I think, yeah, Celebi is going to be putting on too much well, if it doesn't have Leech, actually. If it doesn't have Leech. Okay, Calm Mind is good. Mielke also rolls the Calm Mind. The problem that you're running into with Celebi is that you get PP stalled. Before you get a chance to crit. That's about it. I think it's going to come down to a crit. What choice do we have, though, right? We got a Calm Mind War. That Regice earlier, the reason that blew up so soon is it was trying to catch probably the sub. Yeah, no crits from anybody yet. The subs, so that way Doug could come in and finish off Heracross, but that's way in the past. Oh, there's the crit. There's the crit. And I don't think Doug is going to be strong enough here. Oh, it is! Okay, alright. I'm eating my words there. For some reason, I thought it did a little bit less. Maybe that's a range. Either way, game 1 going to Jfaun. Let's keep it moving, boys and girls. T-Tar lead, a classic. Calling out, nothing. Doesn't call out anything because Baton Pass lets you know I switch into my Focus Punch Resist. Smacked with HP Bug though, yeah, That's why you can't just throw out free Leech Seeds on T-Tar. It's not a guarantee that he's gonna switch. Gets up 2 layers, of course. Here comes the third. I know, I've got a crystal ball here. I predicted the 3rd layer. Skarm going to get Claydol toxic. If this Claydol doesn't have refresh, was that worth it? It does have refresh. Alright, so refresh Claydol kind of... I think it beats Skarmory. I think it just straight up wins. It wins this war of attrition. We are not worried at all. Now, do we stay in and Psychic Gengar here to chip it down? Goes for the Ice Punch. That's a very weak Ice Punch. That is extremely weak Ice Punch. I wonder if this... Calls out the Focus Punch switch yet again. Decent chip on Skarm. Although that's going to be a 4-hit KO after lefties, and you get toxic for your trouble. And will we switch out on this Protect? No, we are just going hard. We are just going hard. I don't blame you. That's still a good click there, because if you go to switch out and you get roared, then, you know, then you're just really eating a lot of spike damage for nothing. Will Skarm, yep, Skarm stays in, heals up even more. Allows Blissey to heal off the spike damage, though. And Jfaun reveals his own Blissey. So now we have a Blissey Ditto. Or, not Ditto the Pokemon, Blissey Mirror, I guess would be a better way to say it. In this case, in this particular instance, Ditto is a smash term when you have 2 of the same character. A lot of you know both games, so hopefully you understand where I'm coming from. Alright, that is good chip damage on that T-Tar between the Ice Beam and the Spike. No Lumberry, so that is banded T-Tar. I mean, it could be like, you know, could be Black Belt T-Tar. That's not run too often, though. Probably banned, I would say. Alright. Skarm choosing not to protect and stay in there. Allowing T-Tar to come in instead. And if you're Mielke here, no Focus Punch. Go straight for the HP Bug. Interesting. Jfaun was trying to catch the Focus Punch. Alright, he catches it that time. Got it that time. I forget if I said Mielke is. Yeah, he's got lefties. That's right. Yeah, I got them mixed up. I got my T-Tars mixed up. Zapdos, easy revenge kill. Now, if Mielke has a spinner in the back, he'll be sitting pretty good, but it could be a team structure where he just doesn't even care about having 3 layers. I mean, the rest of his team doesn't care about 3 layers too much. The problem that Jfaun is going to run into now, though, is that Mielke can get up his 3 layers, or at least 1 layer. And that's going to have a significant impact on T-Tar, if nothing else. T-Tar with no healing of itself, and it's toxic. Alright, already poisoned, yes, of course. Oh, he's got Swampert. That is just going to completely, not completely, but it's going to solidly wall this T-Tar. Goes for Ice Beam for the guaranteed damage. You don't want to be missing Hydro Pump at this point. I think you go to... Nope, you protect for more chip healing here. Oh, okay, scouted out the Roar too. If he did go to Blissey, that would have been bad. Does not get the Roar, does not get the right read that turn though. Just drops to HP Grass. This is still doable. Still doable for both players actually. This one's gonna be close. Alright, good. Got rid of that. That's a good piece to get rid of, but now Zap is not going to really... Oh, Toxic. Okay, good. Yes, I forgot I had Toxic. Toxic is excellent in this case. You really want to force... You do not want Blissey to be able to stay in for free. You want to put on as much pressure as you possibly can. No pun intended from Zapdos pressure. I'm gonna let Zapdos just die there. Sending in Gengar to, like I said, you want to keep it on. Taunt to ensure that it can't heal. Yeah, Blissey is the thing that really... Ooh! Unfortunate freeze. Blissey is definitely going to die from toxic damage at least. Okay, he switches out into T-Tar on the Blissey switching. This is about as good of a position as you can be in for Jfaun. No rock resist, though Skarm can come in. Ooh, not gonna die from toxic damage, so you can't afford to just protect, and he sneaks in the Blissey on Skarm, and Blissey is actually faster, so it's gonna heal. This is very bad. This is very bad. Very bad for 3 Blades at this point. And Calm Mind. Not ideal, you still have toxic, but this is gonna be close, because now this Blissey can actually kill you. Oh man, he's not toxic. He doesn't want to give Banded T-Tar a switch in, but he has to toxic. He's got to. Okay, he finally does. He realizes Jfaun is just. If he doesn't toxic, Blissey is gonna run away with it. You were kind of damned if you do and damned if you don't. Those couple of turns. Any of those could have been a switch in which T-Tar came back in. It just never happened to. Jfaun is going for the win straight away with this Blissey. I guess that makes sense. He didn't want to risk Mielke soft boiling and healing on the T-Tar switch in too, though I think at this point you lost. Yeah. I don't know. Rock Slide, it's going to be tough. You might be able to flinch. He does get the kill. But the toxic damage... Oh, no, actually, he played it perfect. Mielke is going to need a double protect. He's going to need a double. He gets the double. Alright. Alright. I mean, he was kind of owed that double protect. He did get frozen by Ice Punch. So, all things considered, with MPR, I think that balanced out. Though I'd be pretty upset if I were either player in that game, because that was wacky. That was unfortunate. Rock Slide missing. We're off to a great start as far as RNG is concerned. Again with the toxic Suicune. Suicune sure is toxic. Toxic Zap to answer right back on the Blissey switching. Where do we go here? I go T-Tar, clearly. No lefties revealed on T-Tar. I wonder if this one has banned. Or Lum. That is definitely choice band damage. Doing over half against Skarm. Goes for the Focus Punch, gets that again. This Skarm, if he has Drill Peck, now is the time. Nope. I'm guessing he does not have Drill Peck, or he just wanted to get greedy and get that extra chip healing. No Drill Peck, and nothing good to switch into a Banded Focus Punch. That's not good. I think if you had Gengar there or another Ghost, it would be pretty clear switch in. Missing Toxic that time. Missing Toxic there is not as terrible as other things. Yeah, no Lum. No Lum. Confirming what the damage roll already confirmed. That is huge. Rock Slide doing over half. He's gonna need a miss or a full para to get out of this sticky situation. You definitely don't want to have Blissey coming in at a quarter health like this. Though, ooh yeah, that's an even higher roll. This is not good, and he's not getting the full paras. Alright, takes the turn, doesn't want to risk getting full parried. He is like, I got enough turns, I'm bound to get parried one of these times. Takes the offensive, going into Metagross. Which, yes, no doubt you're gonna sack T-Tar here. Okay, very good. If that was Calm Mind by some chance, maybe Calm Mind Surf Toxic. It's possible, very unlikely. Very unorthodox, one might say. So Mielke was right to be confident in just sacking off T-Tar there. Alright, Rest Zap is definitely gonna be a problem here. Gonna sit on Blissey all day long, that's for sure. Also good against the Suicune at the moment. Chooses to stay in with Metagross there and Earthquake, maybe trying to catch that T-Tar switch in. The mid-ground Earthquake to do good damage against Suicune as well. Ooh, that crit is huge. That's so good. Now Metagross just straight up wins. Is this Metagross possibly banded as well? Maybe. I don't know my damage rolls on Metagross Suicune. I don't know my damage rolls on Suicune at all, actually, because Doug did 42 last time. Can't remember if that was a range. Arrow coming in on the HP Grass. Is there a Rock Resist yet from Jfaun? I feel like if there were a Rock Resist, that would have been the time. Alright, well, speaking of Rock Resist, Doug is technically one. Gonna trap and kill that T-Tar. Not even a whole lot to say there. Of course, Zapdos comes in for free. And yeah, we're gonna sack Doug. Because we have no real need for Doug. When you can just bring an Arrow for free, it's gonna force out Zapdos. And Sandstorm is gonna do it in. That's also helpful. You don't have to risk missing Rock Slide 2 turns in a row. No freeze on the Metagross. What do you have left for Metagross? Nothing, it's just going to boom. So even if you switched in Zap. Alright, Arrow last, and Arrow can do it if this Swampert doesn't have Refresh, but it does. Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like, you know, Mielke is not the kind of player who would just let his Swampert get toxic without having, for no reason. That, you know, that's more of a Hinkage level, a Hinkage level play. It's more of an out in round 6 level play, letting your Swampert get toxic for nothing, rather than a round 7 level play. Yeah, so you can just sack Arrow at that point. It doesn't even really matter because you actually no, it doesn't matter because now you can just go Zap and Zap will sit on Zap. The only problem you run into here is just getting the correct switches. You could have, like, if he went Arrow there, then you'd be in a little bit more trouble. Because then Swampert would have to come in on the double edge. Yeah. It wouldn't like it. It might still come in on the double edge. Okay, Rock Slide. Alright, I think at some point he's going to have to commit to the double edge, though. Ooh, Surf crit. Well, there goes the battle, I think. I mean, now you commit. Oh, he's still going for the Rock Slide. Well, yeah, that makes sense. That also makes sense, because you're better off rolling for flinches. Well, there you go. There's a flinch. I think you're going to run out of Rock Slides before you get there, though. I think it's pretty much... A crit would do 36. You could crit flinch. Mielke definitely doesn't want to endure... Doesn't want to roll for that. A crit flinch at that point would definitely win. Chooses to sack Zap for the extra pressure on Rock Slide. I'm guessing. Yeah, crit flinch would bring you down to 21. You would need 2 crits at that point. Oh, oh my god, no. He refreshed. Oh, that may as well have been a flinch. Okay, a crit could win here. Alright, no crit, no flinch. Okay. Alright, RNG was... yeah, that, RNG... well, I can't say that RNG favored him at that point, because, you know, it's 30% chance. But, as we all know, if you're ever on the receiving end of Rock Slide, and you really don't need it to flinch, that's when the flinch rate becomes like 80. That's when the flinch rate gets way higher. Well, a good game to both players. As we can see at a top level, ADV is a very neutral heavy metagame, where every turn, every EV, every toxic spike and sandstorm chip is calculated and maneuvered around. It's amazing. You can hate it as much as you want to, but the fact is, it's very similar to Brawl. So if you enjoyed that set, you should check out the channel linked in the description. It's a Mushi League I'm running called Brawl League, and it's featuring, you may have guessed, Super Smash Bros. Brawl for the Nintendo Wii. Now, just like ADV, Brawl's extreme emphasis on neutral gameplay is unparalleled, one might say. No other game, especially Smash game, forces you to outplay your opponent interaction after interaction, just like with what we saw here today with this very excellent ADV set. Now, I want you to know tripping has been patched out and Meta Knight and Ice Climbers handoffs have been banned, so the dogshit metagame that you've heard about is a thing of the past. So if you enjoy how ADV plays, a strongly balanced metagame where you have to continuously outplay your opponent, then you know what? Honestly, you would probably like Brawl. I know it's contrary to everything you've been told, but have you ever actually played the game seriously? Think about it like this. Alright, if I played DPP and I used Swords Dance Bullet Punch Scizor every game, would it be fair for me to say that ADV sucks because Scizor can't play the way that I'm used to? Obviously, no. So if you're interested in joining, you can send me a DM on Discord. Or, at the very least, just check out the video. It's a highlight reel of the first season of Brawl League. You know what? Give it a chance. You might be pleasantly surprised. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell, leave a comment. Donate if you're able to, it's always appreciated. Thank you everybody for watching. We'll see you next time.